over here in the bottom left, he is.
hydra, 신동원.
Down near the bottom right in the teal, our Protoss player for SKT.
SK Telecom T1 Classic, 김도.
Taking a tough loss in the early game, last game, leading to the final loss in that whole game. Just overwhelming numbers of units. Hello from Australia.
From Australia.
Hydra fan here.
Hydra support here right now.
And
I have been to Australia. I really like I like the Aussies. I ate a kangaroo meat.
how was it?
It's actually really good. It's actually really tasty.
I'd like to try it. I guess it's probably hard to get out of Australia, but you know, I guess I should just go visit.
You know, if we replaced all the cows in the world with kangaroos, the amount of methane gas that is put out into the atmosphere would go down so incredibly much. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
I mean, how much meat can one kangaroo produce, though?
That's a good question. I mean, yeah, you got to think a cow's pretty big, right?
Yeah.
But kangaroos are pretty cool. They're cooler than cows. I think there's no debate there. So keep that in mind as well. Well, we have the 3-hatch play here.
Yeah, pretty common for the map.
Yeah, I mean, this map, guys, is just, it's absolutely huge. It's so big that you see players really get greedy early on. And occasionally, in the way the metas work, is occasionally we have these plays where one guy actually does do the rush and punish the other guy, simply because it is so common to try to get greedy on this map.
Yeah. Well, spawning pool is being added now even after gas, so it's the greediest of greed here. And for the Protoss, he's going Gate Nexus Core, a build that we've seen a lot on this map, because it's basically, it's the best build to get you your tech and your base up at the same time. You get the core so you can go into quick Stargate, but you also have the Nexus to follow up. And
you know, you also got to keep in mind here, with the map, okay, so the map shaped like this, right? Both players at the bottom. The Zerg can utilize the upper part of the upper, for like middle and up, to hide armies up there to counterattack the Protoss when they try to leave. So we do have some Protosses going for some air play here to try to just, you know, get control that way and play it safe. But we'll have to see exactly how he wants to approach this. Note, the Zerg didn't do a drone scout. He did just the Overlord scout. So he's just now getting there. There's the Stargate.
Yeah, Stargate coming down here. And obviously just spending most of his Chrono Boost on getting his backdoor base saturated. And he's not going to be doing that Forge Wall at the front of the base. He just doesn't need to, and he feels that way.
It'd be so funny if, like, then the Lings come up there and ruin the game again. He's like, oh, God.
Yeah, he's just cutting a corner here. I'll say if you cut too many corners, you give your opponent an edge.
Oh my God! Oh, whoa! That was crazy deep.
Yeah.
If you cut too many corners, you can end up get
You give too many edges.
Yeah.
Every time you cut a corner, you give an edge.
Yeah. You got. Wow.
So you gotta keep that in mind.
Wow. Well, that's actually pretty deep, and that's almost even cooler than when you're ahead, get more ahead. I mean, because it's true what you said, but also you can cut a lot of corners to make an edge out of something. Whoa.
Yeah.
Now, the Spire was not spotted. Or the Spire, what am I saying? The Stargate was not spotted.
No.
So
he doesn't know
he
this
might
is
be
an
caught
Oracle,
off
but
guard.
now he's going to see it.
Yep. Hello.
But the Oracle has multi-purposes. One of them is to just maybe force some Spore Crawlers. If he kills like 4 drones, it's usually the most you can get. But the key here is that it also blocks Ling counterattacks because it just kills Ling so fast.
Yeah, and he can tag the army too.
Always scout with it.
Okay, so here we go. Just one drone, 2 drones.
Usually
3,
can get 4.
I'm sorry, he only got 3. I thought he got that first initial kill on the drone he was hitting, but I guess not. Okay, we have 16 Lings and melee attack being upgraded. Now, what the Protoss is trying to do is sneak out an expansion, get the Nexus up, and then wall the cannon off, hugging the cannon hugging the Nexus, and then the pylons is a wall around it, making the melee attacking units just not that useful. And it looks like he's going to get it off just fine. From there, he's making Void Rays. I think he wants to make sure he can maybe hold like a Roach attack or something like that if that were to be coming at him.
It's just a good unit to have.
It's handy to have around, yeah.
I mean, just in general, you want to build that Void Ray count up onto this big map because you're going to eventually need it for Corruptors.
Looks like he's trying to
links.
Trying to just get him to spend some force fields there, too. +1 weapons attack is coming. We have the first Void Ray coming out. Is he going to get a second, I'm wondering?
Yeah, I think he's just going to keep making Void Rays for
I think so.
The foreseeable future.
Okay, so the Nexus is done. More and more Lings just stocked up there. Zerg, meanwhile, is back at home. He's getting the layer. That +1 melee attack's nearly done. 10 more drones on the way. The drone count for the Zerg is 49, where the Protoss is about 55, so they're pretty even.
Yeah. Well, this is a good spot for the Protoss with the base uncontested and all these links on the map that are basically useless for a while. They're going to have +1 soon, which will give them a little bit of extra power, but not enough power to break through.
Yeah. And this is a nice direction of tech here from Classic. He's going to go ahead and try to get Colossi out. He's going to get that one Observer out. He does not want to lose that one Observer since tech to the Colossi are so important. Meanwhile, Classic's tagged the main there to see what his opponent is up to down there.
He's adding 2 more Stargates. Now keep in mind, he's done all of this off of 1 gateway. He has never added a single additional gateway. And adding 2 Stargates with his Robo Bay, keeping the Zerg guessing a little bit. And sees 1.
See it? Well, just seeing more than 1 is really enough, right?
Usually a teller's going to be 3. This Oracle is actually getting 10 kills somehow.
Oh my god! And he doesn't lose it. Nicely done.
That's pretty amazing. Not even sure how he pulled that off. Nobody will ever know.
No, we just got back over here and saw that. We're like, no, okay. Spire on the way now, and the Hydra Den being made.
He's not going to get anything done with these links. He's just really not.
Well, he's just checking the perimeter, I think. And now here comes the later Gateway Explosion when you do a build like this. Also getting the Twilight Council. So we're going to have a lot of Void Rays here. But now, you got to remember, guys, Void Rays are not mobile units. Well, they are mobile in the sense they can move, but they're not like Mutas, for instance, which are fast, or an Oracle's another great example.
They fly, and they move, pretty slowly.
Oh my god, the Oracle's now at Master rank with 15 kills.
Yep. Soon going to be Grandmaster.
If anybody was challenging where the Oracle's rank was now, we have proof it's Masters.
Look at that, not a single loss yet for Classic in general. He hasn't lost a single unit.
Yeah.
Hasn't canceled anything. He's been super efficient.
I think Classic might win this. Going back to what I was saying earlier, the Void Rays are not quick units, so he could probably defend a lot here, but the real question is, can he stop the Zerg from expanding out across the map? I mean, keep in mind, guys, that for the way this is all set up, the Zerg is just going to keep expanding up.
This is what happens if you don't make a spore core,
serious?
By the way. This is the lesson here. If you don't make a spore, you know that your 1 queen is never going to be enough to kill an Oracle before it does damage and then flies away.
And now he's going to have a bunch of gates. Now, it looks like he just wants to max out on this. He's going to just sneak a little 4th base over here. Or try to.
Now, Hydra's, his skill set is normally in the mid-game, not in the late game. And I feel like Classic knows this is why he picked this map, and that's why he's just turtling and getting all these Void Rays up. Because it looks like Hydra's just like kind of almost dead in the water. Like he's got 5 Hydra and 27 Lings against 8 Void Rays, 2 Colossi, and 9 Zealots. Like,
and with the gateways up like this, now that he has everything running, he can just go all air or just switch to all gates on the ground. I mean, he can really, after an initial battle, just pick a direction that's going to favor him and take the game there.
I mean, he's already preparing for a switch to Mutas too with Flea Beacon, adding these Phoenixes. There are a lot of Corruptors here, but there's so many Void Rays, and with the extra gates you were talking about, these cannons up here, I think he's like, these Mutas are definitely not an issue. He's going to kill those actually for free. It looks like, oh, the Corruptors come to the rescue, but he's not microing them well.
Oh my god, he got every single one. Nicely done.
9 more Corruptors. So as soon as Classic identifies the army as so corrupt or lopsided, like I think he has like almost 30 Corruptors with those 9.
It's kind of a cool way to take the game, or cool direction to take the game, because, okay, like, let's say the Zerg does win the big air battle. Actually, I'll get to that in a second, because we got this hatchery here.
We're not going to have it for very long, maybe.
Yeah, this is going to go down for sure.
No transfuse energy.
No, it definitely goes down. Nicely done. let's say the Zerg does win the air battle. I guess you could try to parlay that into Broodlords, but Broodlords aren't that good on this map.
No.
You can go around the Broodlord army.
I mean, just in general, if he has enough gateways, even if he loses the air battle, he just makes a ton of stalkers on the ground, and then your corruptors are just dead weight, dead supply. Big zealot run by over here to go kill the remaking base. He doesn't have any stag defense there. Classic has totally controlled this game.
Yeah, just pushes him right back out there.
He's actually going to use that prismatic alignment upgrade here. But once he's used it now, it's gone. So that's something to consider. But here comes these.
Oh my God, this is going to be a problem. Yeah, this is the one way Hydra could really get hurt. Oh my God, that's another way to fly that in there.
Yeah, the prismatic alignment is still active here. He does not want to fight under that. He's away a little bit longer. These zealots are going to trade okay against Zerglings too.
I think there's a high chance we might be going to game number 3 here.
It's looking that way.
Hydra just doesn't seem to be very good at keeping control of the map, you know? The Colossi come out again, or the Corruptors, excuse me, come out again. I'm swapping a lot of words today. I don't know why I'm doing that, guys. I'm sorry. You know, he continues to come out here. Hydra doesn't just lose a lot of units. He's getting harassed back at home. This is problematic. Now, the Protoss is maxed out, though, so let's see where he takes the game from here. Maybe a good counterattack from the Zerg. It could be very effective. This is an army that took the whole game to make, and it doesn't make quickly. I mean, Colossi incrementing out of the Robo. Void Rays don't make quick out of the Stargate. It's not like you can just warp in a whole new army that looks like the one he has now.
Yeah. That Warp Prism was the key here to the disasters that were happening at that 4th base. Now have the 4th base being made for both players at the same time, which is never a good sign for the Zerg player. 16 Void Rays. I think Infestors at this stage in the game would be ideal, but you know, he has to bank up the gas now to get there. And he still has to do that while defending all this harassment, killing some of his Hydras here. The drones are starting to go down. He has to use so many of his Lings, which means he's using a lot of his Larva. Got 15 Larva to spare right now, but this Protoss army is so scary with no Infestors on the map.
Yeah, this is like a death ball.
Yeah, this is like a nuclear missile on the way. I'll kill anything in its path.
This is, but you know what? He's got a lot of Corruptors, so maybe I should hold my breath there. I mean, he might be able to still do a ton of damage with that.
I don't know. Stalker support here plus the Phoenixes and prismatic alignment here. I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, the prismatic alignment is scary. Now, of course, he wants to back away and wait until prismatic alignment shuts down.
Yeah.
There's an infestation pin on the way, by the way. He is keeping the Protoss from advancing forward. Protoss did expand to the bottom center there. Smart moves, because that way it's a shorter travel distance. He can defend that while still attacking over to the left side of the map.
Yeah. I mean, you really have to respect the Void Ray count that's anywhere above 10. Like, that's just so much damage output. The way they link, they fire so quickly. They will just annihilate any armored unit in their path when they hit that E key. And I mean, with all that damage output, it's hard for him to really say, okay, I need to make more Corruptors, because it's like, okay, well, no amount of Corruptors beats this anymore. I need to go into Infestors. But he's actually chosen to go for Swarm Hosts here, which is one way to keep the Protoss army at bay. Just push them back.
Don't try this at home, kids.
No. Trying to find some Colossi or something over there.
He is now stabilizing here. We got a 5-base Zerg on a soon-to-be 5-base Protoss. Problem for the Zerg is I don't know how he can get over and attack anywhere and hit anything, you know? The Protoss is at least able to just bring in these Zealots. Oh, nice. Targeting here on the Swarm Host. Really nicely done.
Yeah. And,
cleans that up.
Wasn't getting out of there. Starts a new one. He has the Observer with his army, which he was waiting for earlier to clean up the somewhat lackluster creep spread here.
Yeah, I was actually about to bring up the creep spread, Wolf. I mean, it's pretty poor.
It's not really connecting any of his bases.
Yeah, he has this like highway that just sort of stops in the middle of the map.
His main base and his 3rd base aren't even connected. So this is the only piece that was really going anywhere, and it's about to get eliminated. +3 air is on the way for those Corruptors.
Yeah, he's going to wipe out this creep, and this is going to look like StarCraft 1 PvZ here with the creep on the map.
I don't know, man. That's like all the
really
AoE damage and the Archons, and he has less Corruptors than there are Void Rays.
I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, this is just, you know, this can drill all the way into the heart of his base and wipe out all of his tech. Look at this, man. Oh my God!
He even loses these Stormhosts, and the Hydra-less counterattack over here is just going to be met with almost infinity cannons.
Yeah, well,
and
the
even
DTs, that's going to be it. I think we're going to have GG here. Notice how he just runs up into the main here. This is where all the tech buildings are. He can wipe this out, knock Zerk back into the Stone Age.
Yeah, this is, there's no way out here.
Pretty brutal game here for Classic.
This is just, I feel like this is the perfect game that showcases Classic's strengths and at the same time Hydra's weaknesses. Hydra not the best player in late game, usually is a player who makes the game happen off of 2 or 3 bases and then gets ahead and then he can play the late game.
Right.
Whereas you know, Classic is well versed in late game and big maps, so he just takes a great slow Turley defensive build, holds onto it, and then Classic just Hydra seems a bit lost after that.
Yeah, so. He does. Well, you know, the question now is, you know, what map does Hydra pick? It was clearly the map that favored Classic's play style. He made it work from start to finish. But, you know, now the ball's in Hydra's court. This is why it's so important to win game number 1. Even if you do win game number 2 on your map, you now have to go onto your opponent's map.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, King Sejong Station, the map we've seen a lot of ZVPs here in Pro League, and it's oftentimes a map where the Protoss goes for a timing attack, and maybe Hydra's thinking he's going to be the one who's taking the aggressive timing attack, because taking third base on this map is pretty easy for both races, but the problem here really is the natural has 2 entrances, so if you can break one of those down and come in through the back door, that becomes a problem.
That's true. Let's see how they play on this now. Remember, the winner here is going to go on to the winner's match against Life. Life, the favorite to get out of this group first. And, of course, the loser is going to go down to the loser's match. And it looks like that game is... Okay, yep, it just now loaded up. Guys, you either tell your friends to tune in here. We have Hydra versus Classic. It's a Zerg-heavy group. But our Protoss player Classic is showing us Protoss still do have a chance here. This is the GSL Code S.